Hi, friends. Today, we're going to talk about how to recognize manipulation in relationships and understand the cause and effect behind it. Unfortunately, manipulation is not uncommon, and it can be very subtle. We'll break down the 10 most common signs that will help you understand when someone is trying to control you. To make it clearer, I'll share a few stories that illustrate these signs. At the end, I'll share a real-life story that became famous and touches on several manipulation tactics. Let's go. Sign 1: constant guilt-tripping. The manipulator often makes you feel guilty, even when you've done nothing wrong. They might say, "If you really loved me, you wouldn't have done that." Story: Emily always tried to please her partner, Mark. She would cancel plans with friends, work overtime to afford gifts for him, and constantly reassure him of her love. One day, she was stuck in a meeting and couldn't reply to his text for 2 hours. When she finally called him, his voice was icy. "Of course, your job is more important than me. I guess I mean nothing to you," he said. Emily's heart sank. She spent the rest of the evening apologizing, even though she knew she hadn't done anything wrong. Over time, she started avoiding work calls and texts, fearing his disapproval. She felt like she was walking on eggshells, constantly trying to prove her love. Sign 2: gaslighting. The manipulator makes you doubt your memory, perception, or sanity. They might say, "You're making things up, that never happened." Story: John and his girlfriend, Lisa, had planned a weekend getaway for months. Lisa had booked the hotel and even taken time off work. But when the day came, John acted like he had no idea what she was talking about. "We never planned that. You must have imagined it," he said. Lisa was stunned. She showed him the text messages and emails confirming the trip, but he just shrugged and said, "You're overreacting. It's not a big deal." Lisa started questioning her memory. Was she really imagining things? Over time, she stopped trusting her own judgment, relying entirely on John to tell her what was real. Sign 3: emotional blackmail. The manipulator uses your emotions to get what they want. For example, "If you leave me, I don't know what I'll do to myself." Story: Sarah had been dating Tom for a year, but something felt off. He was possessive, jealous, and often made her feel like she wasn't good enough. When she tried to break up with him, he broke down in tears. "If you leave me, I'll fall apart. I can't live without you," he sobbed. Sarah felt trapped. She cared about him and didn't want to hurt him, but his emotional outbursts left her drained. Every time she tried to leave, he threatened to harm himself, and she'd stay out of guilt. It wasn't love, it was a prison. Sign 4: ignoring your needs. The manipulator acts like your feelings and desires don't matter. They might say, "You're too sensitive, it's not a big deal." Story might loved making sarcastic jokes, even when his girlfriend, Anna, told him they hurt her feelings. "You're too sensitive. Can't you take a joke?" he'd say, rolling his eyes. Anna tried to laugh it off, but the comment stung. When she opened up about her struggles with anxiety, Mike dismissed her. "Everyone gets stressed. Stop being dramatic," he said. Anna felt invisible. She stopped sharing her feelings, bottling everything up until she couldn't take it anymore. Sign 5: constant control. The manipulator tries to control every aspect of your life: who you talk to, where you go, what you do. Story: Laura's boyfriend, Chris, seemed perfect at first, attentive, caring, and always wanting to spend time together. But soon his behavior changed. He started checking her phone, demanding to know who she was texting. If she went out with friends, he bombarded her with calls and messages. "I'm just worried about you," he'd say. But Laura felt suffocated. She stopped seeing her friends and family, afraid of his reactions. What started as love had turned into control. Sign 6. Comparison manipulation. The manipulator compares you to others to make you feel inferior. For example, Jessica's boyfriend is so caring, why can't you be like that? Story. Chris often compared his girlfriend, Emma, to her best friend, Jessica. Jessica's boyfriend takes her on dates every weekend. Why can't you be more like her? He'd say. Emma tried to brush it off, but the comparisons ate away at her confidence. She started dressing differently, cooking elaborate meals, and even changing her personality to please him. But no matter what she did, it was never enough. Sign 7. Ultimatums. The manipulator forces you to choose between two options, both of which benefit them. For example, either you do what I say, or we're done. Story. Emma wanted to pursue her dream of becoming a teacher, but her boyfriend, Alex, had other plans. If you don't move in with me, I'll break up with you, he said. Emma felt torn. She loved Alex, but she didn't want to give up her career. In the end, she chose him, and regretted it. Without her own goals, she felt lost and resentful. Sign 8. Playing the victim. The manipulator constantly portrays themselves as the victim to guilt you into staying. Story. Daniel always had a sob story. No one understands me like you do, he'd tell his girlfriend, Mia. If you leave me, I'll have no one. Mia felt sorry for him and stayed, even though the relationship was draining. She wanted to focus on her own dreams, but Daniel's constant need for reassurance held her back. Sign 9. Undermining your achievements. The manipulator belittles your successes to make you feel insecure. For example, so what if you got promoted? It was just luck. Story. When Olivia got a promotion at work, she was thrilled. But her boyfriend, Jake, ruined the moment. I guess your boss had no one else to pick, he said. Olivia's excitement turned to doubt. She started questioning her abilities, wondering if she really deserved the promotion. Sign 10. Isolating you from friends and family. The manipulator tries to cut you off from your support system so you depend only on them. Story. James started criticizing his girlfriend's friends, calling them toxic and bad influences. Slowly, she stopped seeing them, believing his lies. Without her friends, she felt alone and completely dependent on James. It wasn't until she reconnected with them that she realized how isolated she'd become. Real-life story. Now, I want to share a real-life story that became famous and involves multiple manipulation tactics. It's about singer Rihanna and her ex-boyfriend Chris Brown. In 2009, Chris Brown assaulted Rihanna, leading to a huge scandal. But before that incident, their relationship was full of manipulation. For example, Chris often isolated Rihanna from her friends and family, sign 10, claiming they were bad for her. He also used emotional blackmail, sign 3, threatening that his life would fall apart without her. Additionally, he undermined her achievements, sign 9, saying she only succeeded because of luck, not talent. This story shows how manipulation can destroy even the most high-profile relationships and lead to tragic outcomes. If you recognize yourself in any of these stories, it's time to reflect. Manipulation destroys relationships and your self-esteem. Remember, healthy relationships are built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. If you feel like you're being manipulated, don't be afraid to speak up and protect your boundaries. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.